I'm trying to stay cool with the fact that we're standing in front of an X-Wing right here. So there are designs here that were, you know, potentially going to be used in Rogue One, potentially going to be used in the sequel trilogy. And that's a very Star Wars thing, right? Recycling of old ideas. Is there anything specific that you can point to and say, yeah, we included that?
No, there's quite a bit. I mean, one of the wonderful things about designing Batuu is that we wanted to make it timeless, and we wanted to create a new identity in terms of creating a new planet. And so I literally treated this as if I was designing for a film. And so we treated the whole sort of Galaxy's Edge as a film in itself. And one of the things that we tried to do was to always to give it a layer of history, a sense of design history. And so we do a lot of location scouting. And so one of the things that you're going to see is in the market street scenes. We obviously did a lot of research over in Marrakesh and in Istanbul. And we did some of that for Rogue One, for the city of Jeddah. And so you'll see some similar elements. But we also made it very deliberately different, you know, to give it a distinct identity so that Batuu stands alone by itself.
And you were talking about a particular forest in Arizona, I believe it was, that you were inspired by. What was that?
Yeah, well, the initial inspiration for Batuu was the petrified forest in Arizona, the national park. And one of the great things I like about that was that it was very iconic, it was very different, and it was fresh. And all we did was we took that idea and exaggerated the scale.
Welcome, we're at our build station at Droid Depot. I see you chose an R series to build today.
Yeah.
So what you would do is we would build it all together. We have our handy dandy screwdriver that you gotta have to do it. But I actually have one assembled for you because not only do you build it, you have to activate it and have it come to life.
Oh.
And how you do that is you push the red blinking button. We want you to push this button.
Okay.
So as you activate it, it's gonna start to come alive through a series of steps here. This is always a good time to start thinking about the name of your droid because you created this droid so you get to name whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
All right, starting to come to life.
Oh.
I know, this is really exciting. We actually have a port for a sound chip personality. So you can change the personality of your droid.
Oh.
So you can affiliate with First Order, Resistance, or Smuggler. So if you pick Resistance, you put it in there. When you take over Resistance, he's gonna have happy beeps and boops. And when you take him over the First Order, he's gonna have scared beeps and boops. And then you can change it out to different ones. So I personally think that's a really great way to also be able to interact with the land as well as we go through it.
Yeah.
You wanna play?
Sure. All right, I'm a little bit worried I'm gonna steer him off the table.
I will protect the droid. You don't have to worry about that.
What does this one do?
That's the dome. So if you go push left or right on that one, yep. And then the little red buttons are for the lights and sound. Yep.
Ooh.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy.
Thank you. So we know where we are. We are on the planet of Batuu.
That's correct.
Black Spire outpost, a hive of scum and villainy.
You know, that's in the eye of the beholder, but yes.
So the First Order is ascendant.
Yes. They've recently arrived on this planet, maybe a few weeks ago, and things are starting to get a little nervous here at Black Spire Outpost.
If I'm in debt, I have a bad reputation. Is there a chance I might be arrested by these guys?
I don't think these guys really are too focused on your personal financial situation.
I believe you've been conspiring with the Resistance. Is that true?
I know. Resistance? What? No, never heard of them.
Let's see some identification, traveler. Move over.
Convincing.
Get back.